So in the 1100s, Kate, Henry II was King of England. He had taken over after his mother had been involved in a civil war with her first cousin. And he was out to reform the English system of government. He was Duke of Normandy as well as some other French possessions. And in Normandy, they had developed the idea of using a group of people, ordinary people from the community, to help decide disputes involving ownership of land. So, for example, if a person had a land dispute with their neighbor, apparently what the Normans would do is go out and bring in people from the neighborhood, and they would explain to the royal officials what the common usage and custom had been regarding that land, who their father, grandfather, whatever had told them had owned the land, and that way they would try to determine out the ownership of the land. What Henry II apparently did was he apparently began to incorporate that system into England. And so what he would do is he would send the sheriff of a shire into an area where there was a dispute. And the dispute might be over land, or it might be what we call crime. And this person would get a group of citizens together, and he would ask them what they knew about this. And they'd be sworn an oath, and they would tell him. And the reason why they were doing this was to replace the customary way they were doing trial at that time, which was one of three types of trials: trial by battle, trial by ordeal, and trial by oath giving. Trial by battle was just what it seems. If you and I had a dispute, we would each hire a champion, and they would go and fight, and the winner would win the lawsuit. Trial by ordeal was where they would put you through a physical ordeal, such as a common one was that they would bind your hands and feet and throw you into a lake. Now, if you floated, that was not good, because that meant that the water had rejected you, and since the water was God's creation, that was God's way of telling them that you should lose the lawsuit. And if you sank, that was good, because that meant that the water had accepted you, and therefore you should win the lawsuit. Of course, if you drowned in the meantime, that didn't do you a lot of good, but that's what they did. And finally, the third way I mentioned, the idea of trial by oath giving, was that if you and I had a dispute, you'd go out and get 15 people, they would swear you were telling the truth. I'd go out and get 16 people, they would swear I was telling the truth. And apparently, which one of us had the greater number of people willing to swear we were telling the truth would lead to that person winning the lawsuit. So Henry II was out to replace those systems of trial, and he began what we refer to as the beginnings of the trial by jury system in England, and then became adopted by America.